Oh, good morning. Uh, Last night, I guess about the time the sun went down, I guess it was around like 7:30, 8 o'clock, whatever it was. I guess the new neighbor, he fired off his gun. Sounded like, well, it wasn't a 22, so it sounded like it might have been a 38. So I called down the other neighbor to see if he heard, and he goes, yeah, it sounded like somebody knocking on the door. So anyway, I went down there for a second. Basically, to find out like what type of you know what type of shit we got moved in. He got real paranoid. Since he think I'm a fucking crack hoe, he waiting probably for a whole line. In their mind, there's supposed to be a whole line of men lined up over here all the fucking time. Now, first of all, the only ones that really buy into all that prostitution shit is really probably them, especially in the 90s. They wouldn't have AIDS as bad as they do now if it wasn't for the fact that type of thinking. That's what they call stinking thinking, like that policeman has. He a real asshole, I can tell already. He like to look at you. They have that face, like how a crack fiend face gets, or like around their eyes and the way they look at you. He got that real crack fiend look, So, and I know for a fact, because when I was on crack, that because I got my crack from the police, so I know for a fact, like up in Holly Springs, the whole town was cracked out. They had it really bad, and so. And let me tell you something. Crack's a lot easier to quit than smoking cigarettes. So I don't know what their fucking excuse is. So like most of them has been like around here. Like if you take the police out, like really what I call the victim of the drugs on war, because they were so busy wasting all their money on trying to victimize the citizens over the cocaine that the CIA have brought in through, like South America. What the war on drugs basically is a way to make tons of money off of the very, very poor, and to keep the very, very poor. But anyway, like the ones over here, like the one that's staying in the house over here trespassing, like since 1978. As soon as they made marijuana illegal, right? Him being the fine, upright citizen that he is, the first thing they tell the motherfucker is, oh, well, cocaine will be out of your system in 3 or 4 days. Marijuana's not going to be out of your system for 30 days. So you could go get that job. So all the way like through the 80s and 90s, most of the, well, I know for a fact Mississippi and in parts of Memphis here, the most of the population was working. It was all coked up. Most of the, what I'm saying, and that's the reason how we got to get into a situation like with the banks ripping off people on their home loans, and how we got in a situation like that. What I'm saying. Now with the police, their whole time they're running around, they're being, trafficking little girls and little boys and being pimps, doing the cracks thing, not testing, any rape kits or anything like that, or any other crimes, is being, is being investigated, because they're running around on the crack thing. So we have tons of people that was able to just rip off copper and metals all through the city. It looks like, most of the houses, and then at the same time, if the cops, they bust a house and there's crack in it, well then they end up getting a house, so like they think they're benefiting, so they get the benefit of, like some of them actually moved their family in a crack infested area where, because of the housing market and the blight, the empty homes, and because of the foreclosures and all, the taxes in that area is not enough to support the school system anyway. plus with the politics like of the GOP taking the money out of that area all at the same time. So, Memphis is bankrupt. And the only thing they're worried about is how do they get rid of a bike line on the river drive. No, I got news for whoever came up here and told them to have a bike ride. They do not exercise. They do not exercise. That does not, you know what I'm saying? Their whole thing is trying to show whatever image prosperity to them is to be buck-ass poor trying to pay off a loan for the next 40 years. So basically, it keeps them forever in the slavery of this continuing nightmare that is the new world. Because if you look at it, it really is shitty. The police, you can't be that fucking hateful, and that's so disrespectful. And you know what I'm saying? Now you expect it from the white Pharisee because police, because they are inferior. It was proven by Hitler in World War II that that the people like me, colored people, and Negroes are the superior race in the Olympics. So here you have a superior race, and the reason why we are superior because we're a survivor. We're going to be here after this Negro over here that is in some illusion that his people are the problem, not the politics. Has nothing to do with anything else. Or if your people is the problem, then guess who birthed these people? Guess who's supposed to raise these people? That you think is so trifling that he thinks you know what I'm saying? And with him thinking like that, it brings his IQ down to that, very low. So he's an asshole. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see. He might be here a fucking while, but all I know is bitch better not say shit to me, cause all I got for him is shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Cause if the only thing he think women is to fuck. You know what I'm saying? He don't never need to speak to me. You know what I'm saying? He need to go speak to those women that he thinks that's all they're about. You know what I mean? Because he looks straight up like a fucking crazy ass crackhead. And if he's anything like the rest of these motherfucker narcissistic, double-binding hypocrites, a coward ass punk bitch. And the one thing they don't like is a motherfucker that ain't gonna go eek every time. As I'm purebred mammal, don't forget that. Just because they lack the information they should have got in the 3rd grade about mammals, it ain't my place to teach you shit, because you're too damn ignorant to learn. They're incorrigible, and it's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? You would think that since this is such a he's such a scary area where he think he got to shoot off a gun. I hope he don't be doing that shit every motherfucking night. Because he'll be getting answered by a motherfucker look just like him. Because I'm really not the one to bully and pick on. Because their shit is they want somebody they can bully and pick on. You know what I'm saying? They can't take it. You know what I'm saying? Or can't give it back. Because I don't give a fuck about him one way or another. Because the same way he was looking for that job to become a policeman, he had plenty of choices to go get another motherfucking job. But they get to the point where they think they can't do any fucking thing else. Because it's such a degrading and humiliating type of job they're in, that where, I see him, I bet he got a little 20-year-old white boy over him. They got 22 seconds more credits in a goddamn school. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's part of it. Because he probably ain't, it's like, I don't see no white fucking people around here. The only time you see white people around here is when, they go, when you go to, they're working. They come in here to work. Otherwise, they don't live here. And I don't know what he's thinking. You know what? Where the white police move, that's probably where the black police move. But the white policemen don't want to live next to these blacks because the black policemen are projecting exactly the type of the hate they project. They become that person that they act like they don't like. You know what I'm saying? They talk about they don't like the crackhead, but they've been doing crack ever since the 80s. You know what I'm saying? They think, oh, everybody's a hoe. Shit, you should see when the flood when they were down here. They was some nasty. They're very promiscuous. They all they just gonna park on the side of your house, you know, and have all type of crazy sex. I know it's like some of the guys around here. They're like, oh, they do that over here. I'm like, you get the fuck off my porch, and I'll yell at them. You get the fuck away from my property, which they fucking hate, because as far as they're concerned, there's more than one person name on the property. It's family on land. So you gotta be careful with ignorant people, because it's just like that one policeman. He found out somebody must have told him on the job that there's 5 islands in New York. And I said something about I'm from Hell Kitchen. He started jumping up. No, you're not. There ain't no Hell Kitchen. There's 5 islands. There's 5 islands. There's 5 islands. You know, I'm like, and you're right. You know what I'm saying? You know, even though like we up in Walker Homes. We're standing up in Walker Homes, right? If you say that to somebody like that is from like, I don't know, Arkansas, they might not know there's a Walker Homes. But they're not going to yell at me, there's a North Memphis and East Memphis, you know. You know, and that's how they, you know, like, so I can't have a fucking conversation with them, because if you don't use the key propaganda words that they're associated with, then, you know, like, then they're like, you know, so like, you're like, okay. Stay the fuck away from me. And then that pisses them off. I'm like, nah, man, you know, we can't have a fucking conversation. So, but he already made, I'm not going to say, he already made friends with a so-so across the street. And that motherfucker and his old lady, they just some crank head motherfuckers. You know, so, and I don't associate with them much either. But, and I mean, big time. But, you know, they all, even though, like, I'll just leave it alone. He made friends with the right motherfuckers, and it's not me, because if you can't have respect no woman, you think every woman's to be fucked. You need to stay away from the rest of the society. You know what I'm saying? Because now that you're no longer getting whooped by your parents, then you don't know. Now you could act out inappropriate, because you know what I'm saying, now you've grown. Just like I fell the other day coming back from the post lady, she freaking laughed. You know what I'm saying? Even if you do want to laugh, you laugh. You don't laugh in front of the person. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have no manners, no self-respect. She didn't say, "Are you okay?" or anything. She just laughed. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the mentality. You know what I mean? Because, like, you cannot whoop somebody 2 years old and under, because you know that you're not teaching them a damn thing by hitting them, except teaching them that you could cause them pain and discomfort, right? So unconscious. Now, what you say on the conscious level, whatever that comes out your mouth, you know, somebody like me is going to call you on it. Doesn't make no damn sense. You know, I don't see why, if you really believe in that, okay, like, I can see it 11 years old. If that, you know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do. Because then, like, you know, maybe they, you know, you could get a message across. Or, you know, they could turn around and punch you, you know what I'm saying? I don't blame it. You know, 11-year-old, you could still pick them up and carry them. They haven't hit puberty to where they, you know, start developing a bunch of muscle mass, like in boys, you know. So, you know, under puberty, you could pretty much accidentally kill them, you know, if they're a healthy adult. Anyway, I'm so disgusted that this faggot moved up over here. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to call him like insult gays that way, because I didn't mean it that way. I meant that he's on the down low like the rest of them, And I can't stand a man on the down low. Because I already seen the guys he was talking. If he was making friends with those one guys, especially Larry Jones. And trust me, if there was anything fucked up in his house, Larry Jones like, I got soldiers. So he was he made friends with the right motherfuckers. And plus, policeman, he don't need to make friends. He don't need to talk to anybody that he doesn't associate with on his job. Like, so he needs to just stay talking to the criminals. That's what he needs to do. He probably got, I'm gonna see how long he's gonna fucking last up in here. But as broke as they supposed to be with his little, most of them, the little $700 check a week. They like to show off them. Oh, I got big dollars. I'm like, oh brother. Oh, and plus, after paying the taxes over here without getting any money in, you can't, you know what I'm saying. Whatever. But their whole idea that whole idea to, like, that was another way to destroy the community, was by, like, yeah, we'll have the city take over it. Like, now they're gonna start a thing with insurance where they're gonna start hauling off cars. The police are gonna go haywire over it because they're gonna think they're gonna get some free cars, like they got some free houses. But the only thing is that they forget that they don't buy insurance either. A lot of them is the ones that break the laws the worst, because you're trying to keep up with some propaganda illusion, like keeping up with the Joneses, and you see everything on TV you gotta have, and everybody has something better than you. You're always gonna be broke. They got the student loans to pay off, right? So that's like 20 years it takes to pay off the student loans. They got the house. If they get, like, the house, well, he don't have to pay off this house. Pretty much got a free house, but you got taxes to pay. You got insurance to pay. He got a car loan. I think they get they use the police. They use, like, the car belongs to the job. So so, like, they're just like a little child, and they expect to be treated like a child. I don't fuck with no children. My kids is grown, so, and even when they was kids, they didn't act like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they get a certain age, if they're waiting on somebody to make them a damn sandwich, there'll be a dead ass motherfucker waiting on me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what these men expect. They expect you to weigh on them like they the baby just came out your vagina and you gotta breastfeed them. They can't, like, they want you to feed. There's a girl over here. She takes care of her man. He ain't nothing but an old crack fiend. She ain't nothing but an old crack hoe. She it's her place. She buys his clothes and she cooks his food. Like, what the fuck good does he do? All he's supposed to do is fuck. And so that's the mentality this policeman thinks, like I'm looking for that type of man. Please. I'll go to south of France and go find me a man before I get one here. And I don't fly. I'll be on me a slow boat. But I really need to get the fuck out of Memphis for a week or two. But it is gonna make it worse with a paranoid bitch like this over, because they don't respect nobody else's boundaries. You know what I'm saying? That's the fucking problem. And the way that bitch was gawking at me, I'm like, he a fucking pervert. A fucking pervert. So that definitely, and I'm getting ready to have some women folks over here, so I'm gonna have to warn them that, hey, that bitch is crazy. The first thing he gonna do if he think he smell money, the bitch gonna come over here like somebody gonna want to bleed on his motherfucker face. You know how the dog licks the woman to they bring the blood down. You know what I'm saying? A dog want to lick a woman. Yeah. And shit on his face. Anyway, I already know I hate the bitch. because they so dirty. They such criminals here, you know, the police, you know. But here, like, it's not like Ferguson or where they got the white racist police. Here we have black racist police. They hate themselves. They don't have the tanks or anything. They got the rubber bullets and the tear gas, you know what I'm saying. But the first people they would be taking out, the white racist, brotherhood, Ku Klux Klan white policemen, gonna take out is motherfuckers like him. So as long as he meets himself, he ain't even gonna recognize himself until too damn late. But it's going boom, boom, boom. It's like, how big is that? How big is that gun shaft? Ooh, that's your penis size. I guess they stick it up their ass. Other than that, if you ain't gonna kill a person, what good is it? If it ain't for murder, what good is it? You know, because if you look at it, well, my sister, like, she's naive. She thinks like the propaganda, like the police is there to serve and protect. But she lives in, you know, she's in another pay bracket, you know, than the people that are here. You know, the people that are very poor, because when you're very poor, they're not there for you, protection. You know, you're supposed to call them all the time. You know, you got for that little $1,000, cash for calling on your neighbors or something. You know, because trust me and believe, they would not be able to solve not one iota African American crime if it wasn't for African Americans running up to them and, you know, well trained on how to tell on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Why they thinking they're telling on somebody else. So police got it easy. They don't have to do shit. You know, they get to steal people's homes. The city buys them a car. They don't have no fucking health insurance no more. They're losing their retirement insurance. But they got it fucking made.